welcome back to my channel. Guess what? I'm sitting in the chair and I'm drinking from a regular coffee cup. Ooh, sitting in the chair, drinking from a regular coffee cup. Ooh, it's the little things in life that get you going. Good morning. It's time to wake up. Coffee's so good. Coffee is life. I would like to just tell you good morning and I love you. I'm gonna start off there because I wanted to, because I do, and I feel like everybody needs to hear it. And my friend Sylvia, hi Sylvia, I love you, sent me a beautiful message this morning, and in it was this: how I impact the world and everybody impacts the world, and I wanted her to know that she impacts my world so that I can go ahead and impact others. And I realized how many of you do that on a daily basis. I know that I haven't been able to respond to comments, but I have been trying to see the ones that or well, not really see them. There's a special button on the YouTube studios that allows you to see from other creators. And sometimes I get messages that are so inspiring. How I'm inspiring. How I've inspired somebody to start their channel. How I've inspired somebody to just be themselves. Just to create in general. And those kinds of things. Those messages from you guys. Personal messages where you reach out and check in with me, and how happy you are that I don't have a brace anymore, and that I've cleaned my room, and you could see the change in my face and all this stuff. Those things mean everything to me. You know, it's really funny because I lately have had a lot of issues. I mean, last year have been a lot of issues, a lot of drama surrounding the channel. Don't get me wrong, I understand. And I don't know exactly why. I still don't understand why. I mean, I understand what people are saying is the reason, but I don't think that it's a valid reason. Or it's not a reason that anything that I can understand, like I can wrap my head around. So, to be able to tell you all that I am so grateful. I don't even know how to put it into words. I mean, I've said it before, and I try to say it every video. I don't know where I would be today if it wasn't for you guys. Like, I had my channel, and if I didn't start vlogging, and you guys weren't so interested in just hearing me talk, and just hearing me tell stories and tell thoughts and feelings, then I don't know how I'd be able to get through this cancer journey. Like, I don't. I think that the part of it is the days when it's really bad and I don't even feel like I can pick up the camera because if my mouth hurts too much to even talk, or if my spirit is just so tired, or my organs and my eyeballs are tired. Like, you know, sometimes the tired just overwhelms. I know that you guys say don't worry about it, but I feel like I'm letting you down because I am looking forward to talking to you every day. I mean, that's really it. You keep me going. And I do have lots to live for. I'm not trying to say that I don't have a family and a beautiful family and things to live for, but you guys just give me the everyday daily, you know. Somebody's going through this that doesn't have children, doesn't have a really close extended family. It's hard to sometimes imagine why. Why would you fight? What do you got to live for? What do you have to live for? And I'm not saying that you have to have children to live for, but when you're fighting like you've never fought before and struggling every day to just take your medicine despite the pain, and I just reached back to get my brush and hurt my back rash sore so bad, which I would like to give you a rash update. So warning, warning, warning. This is what it looks like last night. just to to show you, like, all I did was reach back to get my brush, and the excruciating pain that caused the eyes to tear, and I screamed out loud, and Jim was like, what happened? And I was like, I just reached back to get my brush, stupid little things like that. I mean, they're not stupid because they're every day, but those kinds of things are like, why are we fighting? Why don't I just curl up and just waste away? But I have so much more that I want to do. And you guys, besides that, you guys are the reason. I have to share. I have to put this journey out there to live way beyond me. To be able to encourage somebody someday to A, be themselves, B, know that they have something to offer the world. Everybody has something to offer the world. Because God doesn't make any mistakes. You know that. And there is no one person on this planet that is not needed on this planet. And for their allotted period of time to do the work that they're meant to do. And that's why I come on every day, so I can share my story, and it could be out there for eternity, or till, YouTube shuts down. I don't know, if it ever does. So today, I wanted to thank you and tell you that it is a gorgeous 72 degrees. So, I'm not trying to be politically incorrect or indigenous insensitive, but I don't know the basis of the words Indian summer. So I'm just letting you know we've had an Indian summer. So we had a frost. It was 20 degrees the other night, and now yesterday it was 82, and today it's already 72, and it's only 11:30 in the morning. It usually gets hotter in the afternoon here. In New York, when I lived in New York, between 10 and 2 was like the hottest time. But I don't know if it's literally just because of the mountains. But here, it actually gets warmer in the afternoon. Then I guess being by the ocean makes a huge difference. So where I lived in New York, it was always hottest between 10 and 2. Like the high noon. Here, it actually is hotter at 2 o'clock in the afternoon than it is at 12 o'clock. And it's hotter sometimes at 3 o'clock in the afternoon than it is at 12 o'clock. I know we're getting close to the end of daylight savings time. I hope they do away with daylight savings time, to be honest. But I also hope that they make it permanent daylight savings time. I know that sounds dumb, and how do we make the whole world change their time? But, it's why do we set it back so it's dark at 5 o'clock in the morning? I don't know. Anyhow, I do have a little bit of discomfort, pain, leaning towards pain in my one of my scars, which was very unusual. I wasn't sure if I just slept on it wrong. So first I massaged it out to see if maybe the seam of my pants was on there or whatever. But it actually is starting to flake. I do moisturize it, but I guess that the actual scar tissue is starting to repair and the old dead tissue is coming off. So I don't know if that's the reason it's uncomfortable, or if it's doing that because of something else going on. So is it flake? Do I have an underlying problem that's causing it to flake and causing the pain? Or is it just that it's healing and it's flaking and causing pain? I don't really know. But it's quite uncomfortable. When I touch it, it's painful. Let's put it that way. So it's uncomfortable when I sit here, and it's painful to the touch. But I do moisturize it. I actually just got the more of the Eucerin healing repair cream, which is when I originally looked up scar cream on the internet. Of course, the what's it called? It just flew out of my head. What's the scar cream the famous one? Oh, it's gonna make me crazy. It's got the same name as something else. But anyway, so the scar cream, the famous scar cream that always comes up. But then I looked for other ones, and it was this one. It was a Eucerin repairing, it's extreme hydrating repairing cream, and it is for also maintaining like the scar tissue and stuff. So I was out of it for a while, and when I had to buy the Eucerin jar cream to put my medicine on for my back, Walgreens had a buy one get one 50% off, and it actually ended up being super cheap because the Eucerin pound, it's a pound jar of plain Eucerin cream that we have to mix it into, is $15 at Walmart, and it was only $12 at Walgreens. And when I added that other medicine, it actually made them both cheaper. So I got both of them for $17, which was awesome. So I started using that again, which is hopefully that will help. Well, no, I didn't start using it. Actually, it's still in the bag. Last night I used Vaseline again with cocoa butter because that's what the doctor originally recommended. Anyhow, my tongue is okay. It's the same. It's not getting worse, which is I'm so grateful for. It actually has like normal tongue things, like if I eat, well, not if I eat Captain Crunch, because I'm not going to eat Captain Crunch, but if I eat something that's rough, then of course it causes more irritation. But it also isn't getting worse, which I really am grateful for all of the ENT treatments, because even though they're not getting better, they're also not getting worse. And I don't always remember to do each of them every day. The one mouth protectant that I'm supposed to do 4 times a day is such a such a pain in the booty to do. I almost wish I could crush like a whole bunch of tablets and just shake it in the water and just be like, let it dilute, and make my own solution instead of doing one crushed pill each time. Because it's a lot. I mean, and they like it, everybody's, oh, dinner's going to be ready in 10 minutes. Okay, good. Now start crushing your pill. You don't always get that, message. Sometimes you get the message like, okay, dinner's ready, and be like, okay. Anyhow, because it's not getting worse, I'm not really concerned as much. I'm able to eat so much more food. I do know that I will pay for it, possibly later, which is fine. That's my whole body, If I eat gluten, I know I pay for it later. If I eat carbs, I know I pay for it later. If I eat sugar, I know I pay for it right away. That's the nature of the beast. Vegetables have the same effect. But yeah, I mean, so I went to my primary, and she wants me to increase my protein intake. And originally she was like, you need 170 grams of protein a day. And I was like, that's seemed like a lot. But it's only 6 ounces. And I'm like, I said to Jim, I was like, I eat 6 ounces of protein per meal. Never mind a day. And maybe that's what she meant. Maybe I need 180 ounces of protein per meal. Which I don't always get. I'm not going to lie. I think there's 30 grams of protein in the scoop of protein powder that he puts in my oatmeal. So there's that. I know there's a little bit of protein in oatmeal, but really not a lot. And I know that there is 36 grams of protein in a protein shake. I do Greek yogurt, and that has protein in it. It seems like I was doing last night I had a half of a 12-ounce steak at Jimmy's birthday dinner. The only reason I didn't finish the whole steak is because it takes me so long to eat now. I used to be the first one finished, that I was like, they all wanted to have dessert and they were all done. So let's pack the rest up and get Jimmy's birthday dessert. So his birthday, he loves bread pudding. We never have stale bread to make bread pudding, but if I could make bread pudding for him, I guess I could make bread pudding for him. I shouldn't say that. I could make bread pudding for him. But he likes to have a portion of bread pudding. Let's put it this way. When we went and ordered from the all-you-can-eat steakhouse, we ordered a bread pudding for dessert for $8, and it was a tray. And most of the tray went in the garbage. We froze some of it. He ate some of it, but most of it just ended up getting stale. And he's the only one who can really... Mom doesn't like it. It's got way too many carbs for me. so I don't even touch it. Plus gluten. Eey, the gluten. What else? What was I saying? Huh. Oh, sorry about that. His birthday. So normally, like if it's mom's birthday dinner or my birthday dinner, we get appetizers. And then just dinner. Like whenever we go to this particular steakhouse, we get appetizers and then dinner. But because Jimmy wanted dessert, we skipped the appetizers and just got dinner. And they had these great East rolls. Oh my God. I like, give me just one and that's it. Put the basket out of my sight. Actually, to be honest with you, I had the basket because I have the willpower now. They, on the other hand, were like, move the basket from me. So I tried a new steak. Well, it's not new to my life. It's just new from that restaurant. They had a New York strip steak that was almost the same exact amount of money as the sirloin. And I've had the sirloin plenty of times. Excuse me. Sorry. I normally get chicken and ribs when I go there. But lately I've just been jonesing a steak. Like, I like steak. And I had one on my birthday. So I wanted to have another one today because it was a good steak on my birthday. Anyhow. Yeah. All that. So, excuse me. We stayed for dessert, and Jim had almost all of his. I had half of mine, and Mom had half ours. Well, less than half ours. Technically, I probably had more than half of mine because I got a cookie skillet. I knew I wanted to have a cookie skillet since he said he wanted dessert. And I could have had the cheesecake, but I had the cookie skillet instead. And I ate all the ice cream and half the cookie. Actually, I didn't eat quite half the cookie. I gave Mom about an eighth of it. So I ate almost half a cookie. But it's so good. And I told them, I'm like, I have these skillets at home. I can make cookie skillets if, because she was saying, I can get a cookie skillet, but I don't want to eat the whole thing, but I want to have ice cream on it. And I was like, well, why don't I do this? I'll order a cookie skillet. I got the ice cream on the side. I'll split the cookie with you, and I'll eat the ice cream and the cookie. And she's like, oh, it's a good idea. I said, or they have cheesecake. She was like, ooh, cheesecake. And then she had a cheesecake. She's like, I can't wait to go home and put whipped cream on this. She's so funny. I love her so much. I know that you guys think, or people think that I don't, but I love her so much. First of all, she is a very funny lady. Like, she said something yesterday that cracked me up, and I was like, just about to spit. Oh. She was talking about one of the medicines that she takes, and the doctor doesn't want her taking them anymore. It helps her sleep. And they don't want her to take it anymore because it can affect the dementia. And the new doctor she's got is like, why the old doctor even put you on that? I have no idea. So she started, she's like, oh, now I can't really sleep. She's like, or maybe I'm sleeping and I don't remember I'm sleeping. I just about spit iced tea out of my nose. That's how funny. I was laughing so hard. So she's just a wonderful human being. Everybody's got their issues and their quirks, 100%. She has spent many years living alone, and she really has grown to like it. There are times when, of course, she wishes somebody lived with her to do the cooking and that type of thing. But, and to just have people, to know people are close, that thing. But really, she would really prefer to have her own space. And we've been talking about that a lot. We have been. So, that could be a possibility come here in the future. But we'll see. We don't know exactly what tomorrow will bring. So, talk about possibilities. But, as far as tomorrow's concerned, we'll see. Despite all of that, I'm not moving far away from her. We could travel if we get an RV. We could travel far away, but anywhere in the United States with 2 drivers can be less than 3 days. You can get from Maine to Arizona in less than 3 days with 2 drivers, you know. Maybe not Maine. I take that back. You can get from New York to Las Vegas in less than 3 days with 2 drivers. Like basically when we took the bus. And the bus had stayovers and layovers, but you understand what I'm saying. It's 3,000 miles, and if you can average 60 miles an hour, that's 50 hours. And with 2 drivers, that's a little over 2 days. And that's, you know, if you include 10 hours of stopping, then that's less than 3 days. So, anyhow, and the reason I say 2 drivers is, well, one person sleeps, one person drives, that kind of thing. So even if we were in, you know, upstate New York and she lived in Arizona, we know we could be to her in a couple of days. And worst case scenario is you get on a plane, you know, worst case scenario. But anyhow, I don't really want to live that far away from her. She wants to go someplace warm, so. I know she loves Arizona. I really think she would love Texas. And I don't just mean because there is rural and city, but they are a lot of the her values. They're very prominent in Texas, like, and she was only in Texas for a short period of time, one time, and for a tiny spot of Texas, because Texas is as big as other countries, bigger than other countries actually. I think the whole United Kingdom will fit in Texas. But anyhow, yeah, I think she would. I think she really would like many parts of Texas. The fact that it's so massive, you want privacy. There's definitely privacy in Texas. You can find privacy in Texas. Plus, it's warm. Plus, it's not in any one corner of the United States. You know, it's centrally left and right located. So, from New York to Texas, for example, is just like 30 hours drive. You know, so it's like with 2 drivers, it's a day, really. You know, day and a half, or not a day and a half, day and a quarter, or whatever. I don't know how I got on this subject. But anyway, we had a really lovely time at Jim's birthday. I hope Jim had a good day. I went yesterday in his office, and I don't know if he's told you or if you watch his channel, but we started to clean out some stuff, and I asked him today if he wanted to go work on there some more because it's still his birthday weekend. He goes, I don't know, I hurt really bad and I'm tired. And I was like, okay, if you feel like it later, we can. If you don't want to, that's fine. I am also hurting and tired, but I also don't have to go work, to go to work tomorrow, that type of thing. So, but I would love to just be able to finish it for him. I want him to have a space that he feels calm and comfortable in. I know that there's so much work to get furniture out of there and to get storage stuff out of there to be done, but that is not for the immediate. I think that you can have it be comfortable in the immediate and still have work to do, like my office space. I can make it immediately comfortable and know that there's still stuff to do. So, but if he doesn't want to work in his office, I'll work in mine. I do have some things that I want to do. Halloween is in, today is the 22nd. So next weekend, next Monday. Not Monday coming, but the following Monday. Yeah. And I still have DIYs that I want to do. Actually, I got this, if you watched the Family Dollar Tree haul from the first time we went, I got this big, looks like a coffin cover. And Jimmy just leaned it up on the fireplace just as is. And I was like, dude, that thing needs some black whitewash with some white brushed over the spider webs and stuff. And then I was like, maybe the other way. I don't really, like, I'm sitting there and I'm looking and I'm like, I don't really know. I think I would like black background with white. I think I would prefer that. And so I'm like, bring that back in the office. So anyway, there's so many things that I want to do. And I know that I shared last year a thing that I saw on Pinterest where someone took the ghosts and the witch hats and they made it into gnomes. And then I saw somebody, and I don't know if they're on YouTube. I actually saw it on TikTok, or somebody shared it to me on Instagram Reels, that somebody actually made them. They took the witch hats and put it on the pumpkins, and they took the gnomes and they made like a pumpkin body with the gnome, with the gnome face and the witch hat. But I still have them saved for Christmas gnomes. Like, that was my intention, to cut the brims off the hats. That was my original vision, was to cut the brims off the hats and make gnomes for Christmas. And I think that I still would like to do that. But there is so many options out there now. It's almost like the Dollar Tree doesn't want you to create. The Dollar Tree wants you to tell them what you want them to make, and then they will make it. So, perfect example is, we went to the Dollar Tree, we found Christmas gnomes. I looked at this Christmas gnome and I'm like, this is $1.25. It's got like $12 worth of material in there if I wanted to make this myself. You know, you have to buy the beard, you have to buy the sock, you have to buy the filler, you have to buy the felt for the feet, you have to buy the stuff for the beard. Did I say beard already? You have to buy something for the hat, and then the nose. I mean, it's just like, buy it instead. And if you want to change it up, you can change it up. Like, the particular gnome that we got is gray. I really like the gray one. Mom really likes the red one. But the gray one, throw a different hat on him. Throw a Halloween hat on him at Halloween. You know, throw the Halloween sock so he looks like a Halloween gnome. He's like the gnome that we made that can switch out for all the holidays. And Jim took that in his office too. So I have no gnomes. I have this guy. Hold on, I can't reach. What can I reach? Am I allowed to reach? Yeah. I have this guy. He was gifted to me, and I love him. And he sits up on my thing. He used to sit on the shelf here, but we made a smaller shelf. So he sits up on the dresser now. Maybe I could stand him up without knocking him over again. Okay, yeah, he's there. I did it. Look, I did it. He's standing. Sometimes it's hard when you're precariously perching on the edge of the dresser. But anyhow, I do have little projects to do. I have to change the tennis balls on my walker. We have to make the bed. I have to, well, I don't have laundry to fold because I folded it yesterday, but now there's more laundry to be done. Jim is funny because he wants that, like, natural RV living life, and he changes his clothes like 3 times a day and puts them in the laundry basket, which I'm fine with, except when you go live in an RV, you ain't doing that. You gotta learn to wear those clothes again, clean your butt, turn your underwear inside out or whatever. I'm just kidding. I would wash all the underwear. One use. Underwear has always been one use in my family. But the rest of it, like, put your pants back on. They're fine. You have to just, it's not twice as a rule. If you get dirt on them, it's a different story. But, you know, keep your butt clean and your pants will stay clean. I'm just kidding. But, yeah, as far as the RV living is concerned, like, conserve water when you take a shower. We have a shower head that you can turn off between, which I like to do when I'm, now that I'm sitting, because I can't hold on to it and it can't stay up. I can't put it up in the thing. Okay, let's put it this way. Before I was in a shower chair, it's the best way to say it. What I would do is I would take the hose down, and then hang it back up and let the water flow over me. But when you're in an RV, you have to turn the water off every time. You rinse and turn the water off and put the thing down and do something, like wash yourself, and then take it and then rinse and then put it back and turn it off. Like, that's how you have to live in not have to, but you should live in an RV to conserve water. We should be living like that anyway to conserve water. That's not what I'm saying. But, so I'm learning to do that now, but he is not doing that. He's just taking his regular normal shower. And I'm like, you should really start to learn to turn the water off when you're not using. He's like, oh, but then the plunger falls down. Because we have one of those showers that when you turn the water off, the plunger for the shower pops back down. And then it becomes just like a tub. But I'm like, no, just turn the shower head so the water stops coming out. You don't turn the water off at the faucet. He's like, oh, yeah, I guess I should do that. And I was like, yeah, you should do that. Definitely. So this is in 2 parts today. My intention was not to make it 2 parts, but it was the longest vlog ever. So I want to apologize for being so long and for cutting here in the middle. And you can see the continuation tomorrow. But I wanted to make sure that you knew today that I love you. If nobody's told you today you're loved, you can always come by and hear how much I love you. And stay tuned for tomorrow for the rest of whatever I'm babbling about. But listen, I love you. As always, you take care. God bless, and we'll see you next time. Bye.